And they're going to give up those armors if they feel as if they can play it for a longer game and catch up that way. The mathematics behind their brains is truly insane, and we're kicking off the action right again on ranking.
That's right. Don't know what map this is in the match, but we've got Franic versus Elves. Losers bracket of cluex.org. European playoffs. Some early damage coming out there. Zelvzz still looking healthy, though.
Indeed he is. Frantic seems to be in a little bit of a better position. Brings out that minigun, but oh, the primary flak coming out beautifully.
Zelvzz with the piston LG hitting him right back there. He's going to anticipate him coming down for that shock. So Zelvzz, the aggressor early on here. You following Franic? What's going on there?
I'm following Frantic. Frantic's headed towards the minigun room, picking up some health. He's got the 50 armor at the moment, and he's just waiting for the positioning onto Elves. Will he come up this way? He's got the combo. Well, LG waiting, trained on him even. And lovely primaries coming in from Elves.
And what you saw there is the exact opposite of Refinery. They pretty much both shot each other, but Zelvzz had the armor advantage this time. He came away with victory in that little battle.
I just got to answer something on IRC. I believe the other two are ready, but I don't think we should just leave this match. Really, and we've got catch up to do anyway, so I think we should be following a little bit of the lower bracket right now. And Frantic, wow, good link damage coming in there, getting to that 100 belt, and now a little bit looking healthier.
He's going to chase him right off that 50 armor as well.
Frantic taking away the shock now, picking up some ammo.
Yeah, Zelvzz is being extremely sneaky here. He's trying to wait for an ambush, a chance to maybe get an easy lightning gun shot, something to give him an advantage going into the next fight, which we saw he definitely didn't have on Refinery. There it is, right there.
Sorry, I missed that moment. I was on IRC replying. Sorry, my friend.
Just a setup LG shot. Zelvzz predicted him, trying to get free damage output without taking anything in retaliation. That's exactly what happened. And now we see them positioning for this 100 armor.
Frantic in a better position there. He's waited right on the point.
Yeah, I think Zelvzz is going to concede this 100 and maybe just try to get some damage, predicting where he's going to come out from, throwing bio rifle all over the map.
I just saw it on landed on Frantic screen. Luckily, he doesn't dodge too quickly. That could have been a little bit nasty to jump into that goo. But Frantic definitely seems to have the health lead right now. And he should be trying to capitalize on it, but he's waiting for the right position, the right timing. And he could find it here between the minigun.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Zelvzz didn't go soak up some more health vials. If you're going to concede 100 armor, 50 armor isn't enough to make up for it.
Indeed, Frantic lands a good LG shot in, and now continuing the chase, drops down towards the to the bio. He's chasing very sneakily, but Elves doing some good damage actually there, and now Frantic is forced back, going towards the 100 armor instead.
Yeah, and we're going to see Zelvzz concede that 100 again. Be surprised if he doesn't head right back up for the 50 LG and vials, but he gets knocked down.
That was a good LG coming from Frantic. A lot of damage and a big combo as well. He tried to do the double bait. He's trying to fake out that position there from Frantic, but Frantic just stood his ground and put the combo right in his face. Frantic just has map domination. He's at this LG era. And Elves does manage to get the LG, I believe, but it's not going to do him any good.
Yeah, hard to get away from that link gun once you start getting locked down.
Yeah, even the shield gun can't help you then. Try to pull it out as quickly as you possibly can.
Getting to that 50 armor a little bit early, but Franic not making him pay for it. However, he doesn't really have much of a weapon to speak of, so he may be trying to bait him into a piston kill.
Yep. I don't think it's going to happen. Frantic's got this awesome lockdown on this link now. It's just dings all over. Drum and bass is music to my ears. And fantastic frag coming in from Frantic. Really holding off this control well. He's actually not picked up the shield yet. He's trying to mistime it a little bit. It's going to be back on 38. And Frantic now making his way towards shock. And I'm guessing Zelvzz probably picked up 50.
Yeah, he went around. He actually saw the 100 armor up, but he knew that that combo was coming, so he smartly backed off of it, took the 50. Again, though, when he's... Oh, a big flak ball comes in.
Yeah, Frantic decides to let it slide. I think he's going to wait for the next 50, bring up his health a little bit. Well, his armor a little bit higher. But Elves pushing up towards the LG and pushed in actually to the 50. He's trying to contest it. Frantic does get some good primary frags and secondary flags. But it's exchanged.
Wow.
Wow, how low is Zelvzz? He must be on 5 HP or...
Yeah, pretty much. I think he was at 10 HP. Both players almost exchanging exact damage, you know, shot for shot there.
Yeah, but luckily Frantic seems to have got the LG spawned, gets the shock rifle, and he's sort of back in control now. I mean, he's too low really, Zelvzz, to actually gain any advantage from that actual kill. So Frantic now,
yeah, that's a good point. He has to consider that a win though, that was able to get away then, because a lot of times you'll see when you're that low, the other player will just respawn and take you down with an assault rifle or a link.
Very true. Frantic picking up LG.
Oh wow, that flat ball did a little bit of damage.
Yep, just shaved his kneecaps there, Frantic, but he's still looking good. 121 health, 60 armor, and going towards shock as well, getting it out of the map. I'm sure.
I feel like Zelvzz might be conceding this next 100 armor again.
Yeah.
In order to try to get some weapons, some 50 armor, maybe some health vials. Not a bad move. We've seen this work in the past where players would rather just stack up than give away a free kill, but he takes some damage there.
I feel as if it's the wrong move. I think he was quite healthy. I thought he was about 150 HP or something. But now that shot combo's removed that.
Yeah, he was looking pretty good until he got an LG, and then that combo took him right back down. So now he's pretty much down to base health.
Now he's going to be running scared, Frantic, doing some preemptive shot combos around corners. Is expecting Elves at any shape and size and any corner. Frantic holding the 50, gets a good LG onto Elves. Elves having to back off.
Yeah, you see he's picking up every vial he can now, trying to get right back up because he knows he's not going to be able to control any of these armors very effectively.
Frantic primary flat coming out. But doesn't land. He's just waiting for the next 100 armor. It's going to secure it. I'm guessing Zelvzz will just leave it.
Yeah, he's going to try to get a little bit of damage as he comes out. Not really chipping him away much. Gonna try to just push him off. Oh, there's a nice LG shot through the planks. And get this 50, that's a decent exchange for Zelvzz.
Indeed, unless he's caught off guard here, but it looks like Frantic is. That flat ball straight to the face. Frantic has done a good job though with some LG and some primary shock. So I guess it's pretty even. Frantic on 100 HP, 6 armor.
Yeah, Zelvzz pretty much back to 100. He's going to grab it with this health pack. But again, probably a positive exchange for Zelvzz, but he still needs to do something with this because he still doesn't have control of anything.
Indeed, and Frantic will get control of the 50. He's going to pick up some more LG ammo, some shock ammo as well, and so Zelvzz not really contesting that 50. I feel as if he could have though. I mean, it was very even in health. He just scared of probably that positioning he was in maybe.
Yeah, I feel like he's really afraid of going further down in the map. He doesn't want things to snowball, so he might be picking his battles, which is fine. But if this goes into -1, -2, -3, then he's not going to be able to play that way much longer.
Very true. I mean, he has done a great job avoiding fights, but he has to find one eventually. And Frantic is quite happy to take 100 armors with a 1 frag lead all day.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Zelvzz is waiting to get maybe a prediction headshot or a prediction rocket, something that gives him an advantage going into a fight.
Indeed. Oh, wow. Frantic shoots through the shield, only splash damage, I believe. Now Frantic looking for angles, trying to get some hits in, but looks like Elves finds the escape.
Ooh, that flak ball almost hit him.
Very close. But Frantic, 180 armor.
Oh, Zelvzz able to sneak in onto the 100. This could be his move.
This could be his move.
He's hoping for this flat primary. If he can make it hit, could tie things up. He said he's going to back off. Wouldn't surprise me to see an aggressive fight over this 50 by both players, though.
I think Zelvzz is going to give it up. Surely now. He's going for it. He's gone in for the dive.
Wow.
This could be Frantic's frag now. He's going in for the chase. Frantic knows exactly where he's going to go. He knows he's going to go for the rocket launcher. That's where he's predicting. But he's predicted wrong by the looks of it.
Wow, Zelvzz with a crazy move there. He passed up 2 different, routes to health in order to try to be unpredictable. Maybe hearing the footsteps of Frantic and just trying to avoid them at all costs.
Indeed, he did a great job of getting out of that. I mean, 8 HP he was on. I just quickly switched over to his point of view. manages to find the escape. That's very, very lucky. Zelvzz
5-minute warning.
using that great movement to his potential, and also, like you said, going stealth mode almost.
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple seconds where he was just sitting still there trying to listen for his opponent. Basically opting to just fight another day here. Only down by 1. Not a bad move there, but like we said, eventually the time isn't on his side, so eventually he's going to have to be aggressive.
Indeed. And would this been of Zelvzz map choice, do you think? I think it was, wasn't it?
I believe so.
It kind of makes sense. I think he favours the long-range maps. He prefers the hit scan, perhaps, whereas Frantic looked a little bit more comfortable in those closer ranges, as we just saw there with a primary flak to the face. And the headshot!
Headshot off the spawn. And see, now is the situation where Zelvzz has to step outside that comfort zone. He can't afford to play his game that he likes to play. He's going to have to try to play, someone else's game and see if he can make it work.
Exactly. He has to basically go a little bit crazy on the aggression. As you can see here, he's just diving in. Some good flak as well, doing a lot of damage, but I'm not entirely sure if he has the timing just right. He finds the shield though, but Frantic finds his amazing link gun aim. And
can't make that primary connect. Probably could have taken him out there if he hit a couple of those.
And Rocket's
for the
coming.
piston kill.
Yeah, Rocket's finishing off for Frantic as well. Slightly unlucky. Zelvzz trying desperately to get back into the game by taking that 50 armor, because he knew that Frantic had lost all of his armor in that previous fight. Just wanted it so bad, a little bit too bad, and Frantic did the right move. He brought out really the right weapon. The link gun, yet again, is quite his favourite at the moment. But it just enabled him to slow down his movement, stop him from pushing up, and force him into a better location for Frantic to pick up that kill.
Yeah, I'm noticing Zelvzz getting into some fights, actually predicting pretty well still, just not able to connect on some of his shots. Or when he is connecting, he's getting hit right back by Franic, like we saw there, trading shots. That doesn't really help you when you're down.
It does not. And now Frantic has a 6 frag lead. Make that a 7 frag lead with more link gun coming in.
Yeah, and I don't really know what Zelvzz can do at this point, other than he's really got to be hoping for something crazy to happen. Big spike damage, maybe a headshot here or something to get things rolling.
Yeah, but I don't think Frantic ever's going to give him the opportunity to get back into this game. No, pretty much no player would ever have the opportunity to get back in this game right now with this kind of lockdown. And aggression coming out. Oh, he hits the bio.
Oh, gets him with the goo. Double goo shot there.
That's a rarity.
So, maybe a moral victory there for Zelvzz. Going to try to stage a comeback here. Certainly not mathematically impossible, but very, very difficult.
Very, very difficult. And Frantic will slow this pace of the game right now. Ooh, he almost got his head cleaned off there. Just a pixel
That was the shot Zelvzz wanted, and he actually almost got it.
He didn't even get the splash damage for that. So unlucky.
But then, of course, the advantage Franic has is not only, would Zelvzz have to make one crazy shot, he would have to make 6 different crazy shots, so.
It's very true. Good balls coming in from Frantic. Good combos. Lands them perfectly. He knew exactly where Zelvzz needed to go. He knows he needed that armor.
Yeah, well, what we've seen so far in this tournament, especially that I've been talking about, is the fact that, when you're down big late in the game, it turns you into it's just a nice grenade kill to the face, but it turns you into a very predictable player because you have to be aggressive. And that a lot of times will pretty much end the game because your opponent knows exactly where you're going to be. That just makes it that much harder to play tactically.
It does. It just seems like you're piling. You just have to force errors all the time. And you don't want to be doing that in that kind of position. But unfortunately, this is going to be game for Frantic. So it looks like it's going to be 2-0, I think.
Yep, it's going to be, I believe so, because, I mean, that other map, yeah, Refinery, and then this is best of 3, so Franic should be moving on to play Bear. I'm going to take a look at his stats here.
So he's already won 3 maps.
Oh, well, it's because loser bracket is best of 3. So you'll have to win 2.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So that way we can catch back up, and we'll have an opportunity to catch back up to the winner's bracket.
I'm glad that is the case.
Yeah.
Because I was worried that we're going to have another couple of hours of the... But it looks like Frantic's game. Zelvzz, unfortunately, out of this tournament.
8,
Yeah, and you'll notice twice as many 100 armors for Frantic. Everything else more or less even other than the damage.
Yep. Frantic. Oh, bad game being called. Binds ruin it all. Wow. Rage harder, Zelvzz. I mean, maybe he just felt he had the advantage coming into this game. I mean, I think he's been playing more actively than Frantic for a while. And people in the chat saying idiot level 99. I mean, come on, it's just post I've just lost a game. That's natural to rage like that. I mean, bit uncalled for to say it after a game, the bad game, but I mean,
well,
Frantic,
at times you're more angry with yourself than, it's not necessarily a shot at your opponent all the time.
true, but maybe he's just responding. Maybe he thought it was bad manner with Frantic with the custom binds, saying that was a fantastic shot. But then again, that was a compliment. So, it's a weird one.
As anyone who watches my stream will know, I have all chat disabled anyway, so it doesn't, nothing's stopping anyone else from disabling chat. If they're worried about, spectators talking or people hitting binds, very easy. You set the text chat size to 0, and you never see it again unless you hit F2.
Do you know what? If only Zelvzz listened to your example, he would be a lot happier right now, surely. Or maybe even winning the games. But that's really unlucky, man. I feel for him a little bit. I've been at that rage corner a lot of times in my careers.
Well, I think what has to be frustrating for Zelvzz is that it felt like he was so close so many times. Even that refinery game, it felt like he was shooting all right. He would be in okay position, and Franic would come around and flank him, or he would just hit one more shot, and that's all it takes. And if you're not coming into fights with an advantage, it doesn't really matter if you shoot even with your opponent. Your percentage doesn't matter.
Indeed, mate. It really doesn't matter. And Frantic, going on to the next round, he's going to be playing up against Bears next. I mean, who would you favour in this matchup, Con?
I actually haven't seen Bear play, I don't think, if I recall. So I'm hearing a lot of good. I mean, you said his match against Skaven was really close, right? It sounds like he might be the hottest player of the two. But Franic's got to be feeling good after that match in which his opponent actually played. I mean, I would say Zelvzz challenged him pretty effectively, and he just outplayed him. So you have to have a high confidence level coming out of that.
Well, Frantic was the only other person to take a map off of Skaven. Like, Bears didn't manage it, but he was damn close. The games were incredibly close. The scoreline was ridiculous. I think only Refinery was only slightly one-sided in Skaven's favour, but the rest of the plays were just absolutely immense coming in from Bears. So we're going to see all kinds of crazy action coming up next.
Really?
And I think we're going to take a short break while we get pre-prepared for what's happening. I think we're going to go into the...
yeah, I think we're going to go into the Skaven Aiko match, the Winners Bracket Finals. They've got a very clever password for this one that...
Do they now?
That, I almost got caught typing on stream, so, yeah, that's fun.
Indeed. I'm sure I just heard you say the F word like 2 seconds ago.
Well,
what happened? What went wrong? Technical issue.
I just almost typed that password out on stream, which would have been less than brilliant.
Do you know what really surprised me about Unreal Tournament? Like, you have a stream up, and there's still like more people in the server watching the game. Phenomenal. It's just like, are they watching both the stream and in game?
Yeah, it's funny. Even though we've got both perspectives available now too. I mean, it's certainly, there is something to be said for being able to control your own camera. It's there's something to that, like the fact that you can choose. Oh, do I want to watch third person? Or I want to watch first person? Do I want to follow this player? Being able to essentially be your own cameraman. It's much less passive, although it's also more work. So it's kind of cool that you have that option. It would be interesting to see if anything more advanced, like along those lines, can be developed for the new UT. But that's sort of a discussion for another day, I think. Yeah,
I just saw the password, and now I have to discreetly disappear for a couple of seconds while I change my screen.
I'm going to pop up some music on that.
I really hope I don't control paste it anywhere now.
Yeah, maybe I should control. Maybe I should change my clipboard to
Yeah,
something a little more positive.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Right. Oh, I'm actually in game. I've got a spectator. There we go. That's better. I don't want to be playing against Echo. That would be rather painful.
I seem to remember a stream a while back. Like I'm talking early 2K3, where I think it was the what is it, the No Demo No Dice tournament that we had for UT2003, and I want to say DJ Wheat was casting it, and he was like, you know, so I jumped into the server with these guys in warm-up mode just to see how long I would last, and it was basically just him being annihilated. Like time to live was maybe 3 to 5 seconds.
Yikes.
Not hating on Wheat because I don't think I would have done any better against Combat Carl and Tex and Excess Pain back then.
Oh,
but...
oh, definitely not. Like Wheat was primarily a Quake player anyway, so he wouldn't, he wouldn't say anything about that. He would hands down say these guys are way better than me. It's a whole different skill, set indeed. And we're waiting on Skaven. Skaven, yeah, the master of, well, disappearing.
Well, he was in the server a second ago, so he's around. Maybe he just wanted to reboot or something.
Installing his wall hacks. He's got a tough game here against Akko. Very tough indeed.
Well, and what I think is really fascinating about this matchup is both of these players, I believe, have relatively similar styles that we've seen in this tournament. And that they've both been picking some of the same map. They've both been picking a lot of arrow walk, a lot of Satica, trying to play these like force. They basically want to force fights with the opponent because they believe they can outshoot them, is what it seems to come down to. Both players are the same way. And so now that they're facing each other, all of a sudden we see, I don't know if this is a map pick, is Refinery a map pick? Because I haven't seen either of these guys pick Refinery all tournament.
That's very true. Maybe they're waiting to do the map draw as we speak, or maybe have they already done it before?
Could be. But I do think it's interesting to see what maps. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, so here we go with Shocks with IRC pace. So it is going to be Refinery, Ironic, Leah, and Rankin. Wow.
They possibly, it's a pick where they know that the other players are really good at the other maps, and just throwing a curveball.
Trying to avoid their strengths first and foremost, as opposed to enhancing your own strengths. It's another added level of strategy. And one thing that I think you see when you have a big map pool like this is you have these options for different gameplay styles.
Definitely. And what I really like about coming back to 2K4 as well, after a long break, is that the previous games, maps that we were playing before, were so much more hit scan based. And now they've definitely sort of mixed it up a lot more, and I think it's nice to have that varied between the two styles of play. And it's interesting to find those players that can master all styles. And Skaven and Akko seem to be those kind of players.
Yeah, definitely seen Akko play very passively, like maybe not passive is the right word, very tactfully and deliberately before. You see him air rocket him. Skaven, I think, is also an extremely well-rounded player. I guess these are players that don't necessarily have blatant weaknesses. They maybe have their own strengths, but they can probably adapt to multiple different play styles and maps. And I think that's why this is going to be really one of the matchups of the tournament.
Oh, definitely. I'm just really excited for it to actually get kicking off. It seems like Skaven's woken his brain up a little bit. He's moving around across the map. Let's see if you guys can kick off and get ready.